What's good, everybody? It's your boy Todd Smith here, yet once again with yet another episode of the No Gimmicks Podcast. If you just got done checking out the NXT TakeOver from Toronto, Canada, you just witnessed probably one of the more solid pay-per-views of the year, period. NXT always delivers, and I would not be surprised if this show actually winds up being a better product than what we get from the Survivor Series tomorrow night from the main roster. So let's talk about the first match of the evening. We have Bobby Roode taking on the Perfect 10, Tye Dillinger. This match had probably one of the best crowd reactions of the whole entire night. Both of these guys being from Canada, the crowd were into this match from start to finish. The action was pretty solid. Also, the finish I enjoyed. Bobby Roode is continuing to use that Impaler-style DDT as his finisher. I hope he continues to use that from here on out as well. The bad being, one of these guys had to lose, and that being Tye Dillinger. Bobby Roode got the win tonight, and it's going to continue his momentum, which he has going on in NXT. But yeah, I would have loved to have seen Tye Dillinger deliver the upset tonight. The ugly being, Bobby Roode possibly losing one of his teeth after taking that super kick from Tye Dillinger. So he's going to most likely be paying a visit to his dentist here real soon. Also, we had the Dusty Classic final between the Authors of Pain and TM61, Shane Thorne and Nick Miller. So this was a great showing from both of the members of TM61. There was a swanton delivered by Shane Thorne, I believe, off of the structure that was connected to the steel cage, which actually was looming above the ring. We saw Thunder Valley delivered on the Akam, one of the members of the Authors of Pain, displaying the strength of the two members of TM61. Some good stuff there. The bad, I don't really quite understand what Paul Ellering, having to hang from that cage above the ring really added to the match. That was kind of a stipulation they used at the Great American Bash back in 1988. I know that this is a tournament paying tribute to Dusty Rhodes, and that was kind of like in the high point of NWA Jim Crockett Promotions. But I don't really see how it added to this match, and I'm not really sure how Paul Ellering has truly interfered a lot during the matches. Mostly he's been coaching from the outside, and the Authors of Pain have just handled business easily on their own. So moving on here to the ugly. There was absolutely nothing ugly about the way that the Authors of Pain won, including the fact that there was some interference actually from Paul during this match with a chain that actually wound up in the hands of one of the members of the Authors of Pain, but then it actually somehow got sent flying into the WWE Universe out into the crowd, and hopefully it did not strike one of the members of the audience. So let's talk about the tag team of DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, who took on the Revival in the best out of 2 or 3 falls for the NXT tag team titles. So this was a smash mouth, hard hitting action for both tag teams. I would say we saw the heart attack. That was one of the highlights. We got to see an uppercut into a German suplex. Also, Johnny Gargano delivered a pretty sick looking tornado DDT where he actually swung around. He actually hit one of the other members of the Revival with a pretty sick looking kick there. Also, couple miscues over the course of the match, including Scott Dawson actually taking a kick from Johnny Gargano where the belt actually struck him in the face and busted him open the hard way. Let's talk about the ugly. Johnny Gargano in the first fall actually got dropped almost right on his head when they delivered the Shatter Machine onto him. Thankfully, he was okay. He was able to tough it out and remain in the match. Actually, he spent quite a bit of the time in the ring before he was able to get the hot tag to Tommaso Ciampa, swing the momentum in their favor to where they actually captured their first NXT tag team titles. So moving on to a women's match here. We had Asuka taking on Mickie James. This was her first time in 6 years in the WWE ring. This was for the NXT women's title. Mickie brought the fight this evening. Both women displayed, good showing of fighting spirit. There are very few females who can go toe-to-toe with Asuka. So at the conclusion of the match, Mickie James actually reached out to extend her hand to shake hands with Asuka, and Asuka snubbed her. And she actually just pushed the title belt into her face. Not cool, Asuka. Come on now. Be a good sport. The ugly definitely had to be that German suplex which Mickie James took outside the ring, where she actually was laid out, sprawled out in the dead person pose. All that was missing was the chalk outline there. Ugly. Just ugly. Let's talk about the main event. Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Samoa Joe. Shinsuke Nakamura being the world title holder. This was their second bout here. And Joe being the challenger who pretty much said, yeah, he was like, I want Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm just going to take out the rest of the roster until you guys give me what I want. Well, the good from this one was it was a clash between two of the best strikers in the business. The unorthodox style of Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Joe, who has a more traditional approach. The bad here and the biggest surprise of the evening definitely had to be the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura actually did not come out victorious, and Samoa Joe actually captures the NXT title for a second time. There have been some rumors that Joe was going to get the call up to the main roster, but obviously that's not going to be happening in the near future. So we get to see some more good hard-hitting contests out of these guys in the future. That is definitely also a good. The ugly had to be some of those bruises and welts on Samoa Joe's thighs. Those were just ugly, not meant for the weak stomach, or those who are faint of heart. So overall, if I had to give this show a grade, 4 out of 5 on the no gimmick scale. I would say check out the Survivor Series recap that Dale and I are going to release on Monday. That'll be one of our podcasts that we'll have available for you. Until then, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. And also, I've said this before, sharing is caring. Feel free to share our links with other wrestling fans. Until next time around, it's your boy Todd Smith here from my tag team partner Dale Clifford out there in Fernley, Nevada. Y'all take care.